Well, hi, and thanks for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. Today we're revisiting an old friend. This is the Gamo Varmint air rifle. This is in 177 caliber. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I reviewed this gun about a year and a half ago, and we went through it pretty extensively. So if you're really interested in purchasing a gun like this, I'd advise you to go and check that video out. It gives a lot more detail than I'm about to give you in this video. Today we're going to have some fun with it. But just to give you a little highlights about the gun, some of the things that I really like about it. It's 43 inches long, so it's a good average length rifle. But the weight really floors me. Even with the scope on here, I'm coming in under 7 pounds. It weighs 6 pounds 10 ounces with this Bug Buster scope on here. So that makes it just a joy to carry in the woods. So if you need a hunting rifle and falls in this weight class, as long as it's accurate, then you've got yourself one heck of a gun. So today I was out here and I was shooting at 25 yards with it, trying to get it zeroed in, and I found that these heavier pellets, of course, with a more powerful rifle, the heavier pellets will oftentimes perform pretty well. So I decided to give the Crosman Premier Domed Ultra Magnum, these are 10.5 grain pellets, I decided to give these a try, and sure enough, the groups got nice and tight. It pulled it into about 3/4 of an inch at 25 yards, sometimes a little better, sometimes a little worse, but I was keeping them always well within a 1 inch group, and most of the time closer to 3/4 or even ½ inch. So it was shooting really well. So I decided I was going to start shooting at some spinners at 25 yards that I have out there as well. And it was so much fun, I decided to start the video camera and see if you guys would enjoy just a little bit of action shooting with the Gamo Varmint. It's producing, with these pellets, it's giving me about 750 feet per second on average, which works out to about 13 foot-pounds of energy. So that's pretty good. It's pushing these pellets just fast enough to make them pretty stable and pretty accurate. So at any rate, stick around. This ought to be fun. And thanks again for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. Okay, so 25 yards, we've got you zoomed in on the spinning targets, and we're going to start from top to bottom because they get progressively smaller top to bottom. I think the top one's probably about 1 1/4 inches, maybe 1.5 inches at the most. I think it's probably closer to 1.25 inches. Next one down is about 1 inch, and then the smallest one is about the size of a nickel, or maybe 3/4 of an inch or so. So at any rate, 25 yards, that puts this little gun to the test, I would say. And so without wasting any more time, oh, look at that, I got a hitchhiker. There's a caterpillar on the muzzle of my rifle. Take a hike, buddy. Interesting. So anyway, let's get moving here. These are, again, are the 10.5 grain Crosman Premier Domed Ultra Magnum pellet. You know how quiet that gun is when you close it? You know why? Because the whole breech assembly and the barrel shroud are all made out of a fairly soft plastic by the feel of it. But it seems to hold up pretty well because this gun's fired a lot of rounds so far. There's no sign of wear and tear, so it's, whatever it is, it works. And it also keeps that weight down, that and the plastic stock. So what do I like about the gun? I love the weight. What do I not like about the gun? The plastic. So you can't have one or the other. You can't have both. You got to have one or the other. So anyway, let's start with that top one and see what we get here. Yeah, there's a hit. So that's 1.5 inches at 25 yards. That's not too bad. Let's see if it can do better than that. 1.25 inches, I think, is more like it. Next one down is about 1 inch. It's proven itself, isn't it? Now, truth be told, I did a little work on this trigger. If you go online, you can find a modification that involves installing a different screw in your trigger adjustment, and that really can make a difference. It also can make a very dangerous situation, so don't attempt it if you don't really have any clue as to what you're doing. Take it to somebody who does and have them adjust it so that it's nice but not dangerous. because you can make the gun so light that it will fire at the drop of a hat or just unexpectedly let go without having anything done to the rifle. But if you do it right, you can end up with a pretty darn nice trigger, and that's what I've got now, so I'm really happy with it. Let's try it again. Let's start from top to bottom again. See how we do here. Oh, there's a miss. Now, you saw what the gun can do, so that was 100% my fault. There we go. All in all, for what you pay, I don't know if I mentioned what you pay for this gun. When I bought this gun, it was about $160, $160, $170. And they don't come with sights, so you have to scope the gun as well. I think they offer it with a scope. I wouldn't advise that. Buy something better. With the scope that's attached, you'll never extract the kind of accuracy that the gun's obviously capable of. It's just not a very good scope, and you'll be disappointed. So buy the gun bare and buy your own scope. You can go online, or you can ask questions, or even ask me in the comments, and I can give you some idea what kind of scopes to put on here. This one right here is a bug buster. It's nothing special. It's about $100 if I remember right. And it does just fine on this rifle. So yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you get something with decent glass. You don't need anything that's going to break the bank, you know. But that's my suggestion at any rate. So at any rate, we got the top one. Let's get the middle one. Well, looks like we barely got it. Want to try again? All right, we'll try that middle one again. See if we can't get it to spin. Or we can just miss. I was doing so good off camera too. The pressure's on. I'm collapsing under pressure. Middle one again. Huh. I don't know what's happening here. We were doing so good. But at any rate, I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, I see that big orange disc up there in the right-hand corner. And I'm wondering what that sounds like. Well, I was going to show you, so why don't we do that now instead of keep trying to embarrass myself on these spinners. But so a gun that's in the $120 price range, which is what they're selling for now, can bring you a lot of fun. That's what that sounds like. It's a far cry from the 60-yard bell, isn't it? That one's got a distinctive ring to it. But at any rate, I'm curious now why I'm missing. I'm going to try again for that middle one. No. I'm going to try one more time. Yeah, it's shooting a little to the right now. That's all. We got it. How many misses did we get in a row? 3? 4? That was embarrassing. We got to make sure we hit this bottom one. Oh, this is going to be tough. Oh, first try. So that's the Gamo Varmint, people. I got to tell you, for 120, you could do worse. I don't know where you're going to buy an air rifle for $120. Well, that's you know, a break barrel air rifle, I should say. So I think we're going to celebrate this little rifle. I think we're going to reach out there at 60 yards and ring that bigger bell. Hopefully we will anyway. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, that was a good ring, but we can do better. Let's do it again. I owe you a couple too, because a couple of videos back when I was working on the HW50S, I told you, because I couldn't ring the bell because the gun was apart, that I was going to ring the bell twice anyway. So I never did do that for you, so let's call this getting even. That's better. At any rate, folks, that's the Gamo Varmint 177 caliber. I think it's a decent buy. I really do. It's a lot of fun. It's not going to break the bank. It costs about a third or even a fourth or even a fifth and sixth of what some of your better quality break barrel air rifles are running for. So with that in mind, and you look at what you get for your money, I'd say if you want your first air rifle, or if you want something that you can take out in the woods and beat up and not really care if it gets too wet or just too abused, then this is probably a good gun for you. You know, you spend $500 on a break barrel air rifle, the last thing you want to do is get it all scratched up in the woods. But this one here, plastic stock, plastic shroud on the barrel, wipe it down with some oil when you get out of the woods, and you've got a gun that's going to probably last you a good long time. If you're just using it for hunting, how many shots do you put through it in a day, you know? So anyway, I don't know. I think it's a cute gun. I really like it. I'm having a good time with it today, and thought I'd bring you along, and that's really the whole purpose of the video, is just to have a little fun. So thanks again, folks, for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Hit the bell if you'd like to be reminded of future videos, and by all means, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one.